Welcome back to AV Everyone. We're live for race number 7 of this season. We're in Hungary, it's sunny, the weather's nice. We're ready for another nice race. But before that we'll have qualifying. 18 minutes of qualifying, we have 15 drivers today, that's quite nice. Quite a nice amount, not too many, not too few. Lowens will join us later. During the qualifying, you should be joining in like 10 minutes. So, yeah. Our current reigning champion, Wessel, is not here. Which increases the chance of us crowning a new champion this season. On the top of the table we have Lars with 110 points, followed by Fast with 102 points. They separated by 8 points. Then we have a bit of a gap to Fight Me and Euphoria. They're on 81 and 78 points. Followed by Nuck with 70 points, and the rest is lacking a bit behind. So, for the championship chances, I would include Wessel there, because we know he can win races if he starts racing more often. So this can go many ways. We know Fight Me is very fast. He can close that gap if things go his way. And for now, let's get ready for qualifying. 16.5 minutes to go. Drivers are going out now. Let's take a look at the map. Let's see who's gonna be out first. It's gonna be Sander. He's only got 7 points so far. He's raced 4 races, DNF'd twice. That's a 50% DNF rate from him. Not the best, but should be a decent chance he can finish today. We're on board with a lap with Sander. Almost gets impeded into turn 1. Here we go, we'll take you on a lap of this beautiful circuit. It's a very, very good qualifying circuit, in my opinion. Not as good for racing. Maybe online racing it's a bit better than real life racing. It's a nice and smooth first sector for Lars. Obviously purple, because he's the first one to set a lap. A lot of curb on the chicane there. Now going through the S's here. Staying... Oh, it seemed to be within track limits to me, but the game said he went over, so I'll trust that. He's obviously pissed off. Not happy with himself there. Or more likely not happy with the game, but I can tell you that's not a game issue, my friend. Let's see who's gonna out on a lap here. It's gonna be Euphoria. He set a purple sector 2. Not that that means much. Oh, he's very much sliding into the penultimate corner here, going into the final corner now. Will that be more stable? Not really. But he's gonna set a provisional pole. It's a 117.2. That sets the benchmark. I can assure you that won't be the pole lap. Unless weird stuff happens. There we go. Lars is 8/10 faster, going over the line. 116.4 from the Dutchman in the Mercedes, the current championship leader. Just gonna want to pick up as many points as he can here. The other Red Bull, Zach, set a banker lap. Followed by G-Bot, also a nice banker lap. Setting a time on the table. Nuck coming home with a 118.1, but we have a new pole position from Misha here, a new reserve driver in the Williams together with Nels. If they keep driving here, they might become the new Williams team, and we might see more from them, but that all depends on how today goes. stream. Smells on the lap as well. Coming round the final corner. It is a Williams 1-2 and he puts it on provisional pole with a 1:15.6. That's a lot faster than all the other drivers. And about 1/10 faster than his teammate. Oh yeah, fast on the lap. The championship contender, no, he's not on a lap, that's an in lap. I think everyone has done their first lap. Maybe Spidey seems to be on a lap here. That's slidey, but keeps it within track limits. Going into the final sector now. It's 3 corners, one to the right, one to the left, and another one to the right. It's 2 180-degree corners, 1 90-degree corner. Very straightforward last sector, but it's always tricky because these corners are very tricky to nail. Spidey puts it in a reasonable P6, a 117.6, right in between Fast and Nuck, right behind his teammate. And he's gonna need to push in the race together with Fast to get in front of the Mercedes team, who've taken the Constructors' Championship lead. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes is leading with 151 points over Alpine with 130 points. Then followed by Red Bull with 98 and Sauber with 92. And Sauber is mostly Fight Me. Lawrence is coming. Is he doing another lap after it? Oh, that's not too great. I don't think that's gonna be an improvement. It's not. Let's take a look at the Aston Martins here, who are both on a lap. Milo puts it up into P7, also in front of Nuck. Very close to Spidey, about 2/10 away. Here we have G-Bot coming around the final corner and puts it in front of Zach. 118.5. Bite Size put his first lap on a medium. That's an interesting choice. Interesting choice there. Probably trying out the medium tires. People now going into their second lap, I would assume. Euphoria on a lap, trying to push it into the top 3. Let's follow him. Nice through the S section. Last corner of the second sector, keeps it within track limits. Very nicely with a lot of margin. Going into the right-hander, there was a lot of sliding there into the braking. taking a lot of tarmac into the penultimate corner, into the final corner. Less sliding than last time, but improves a little bit, but not enough. And Fast followed him and overtakes him. Overtakes Euphoria. Gets into P4, 116.6. Huge margins here between all the drivers. A lot of skill difference. There's 115s, 116s, 117s, 118s, and even a 119, but that one's on the medium, so I would assume Pint Size can do faster on softs. What's happening here? What's going on here? Sander driving very weird lines. Oh, and he spins into the final sector. Nuck very sensibly keeps his distance from the unpredictable driver. Let's follow him on a lap. Into turn 1. Nice, hitting the apex. Oh, and there he slides on the exit. Too much throttle applied there. And loses his run. There's 5 minutes left, so he can go back to the pits and try another lap. But that's a lap immediately ruined. That's not really what you would like at this point. Fiveme has put it into pole position by maybe a hundredth of a second. Crazy stuff. Oh no, actually a tenth. Almost 2/10. My bad. Almost 2/10. 115.4. Getting in front of the two Williams, there's Lawrence. He's joined and he's set a 119.3, no practice for him. Knox sensibly going into the pits. We are back and on board with Euphoria, trying to gain some more positions in this qualifying session. So far he's behind the two Alpines, behind the two Williams, and behind the championship leader Lars and one of the championship contenders, Fight Me, currently on pole position. Or provisional pole, I should say. Spidey's seen enough of it, he's called it a day. 1:17.2 is his time, he's the first one out of this qualifying. Let's see what the rest are gonna do. A lot of people on their out laps, a lot of people on their laps right now. We are following Euphoria here, who's set quite decent laps, or sectors. Into the final sector, not really getting any purple. Is that Fimi right behind him, or is that Galaxy? Also known as Grumpy Recon. Getting a little bit of a slipstream in the end there. He does get in front of Spidey into P6. Not exactly what he would hope for, I would assume. But it's a position gained. A lot of people are on their laps right now. Milo is done. On board with Fast right now. Oh, there's someone ghosted right in the middle of the track going into turn 5. And that will probably have caused a little bit of nerves. Hoping that he wouldn't be unghosted right as you go into them. That could have ended in disaster. Fast is struggling a little bit. Especially into that corner. Turn 11. Going into turn 12 now. Seemed a bit more confident. Lars keeps P4 for now. Going into the last corner. Is Fast here going to improve? He does take P4 away from Lars. Fight Me has improved even more. And Misha's not on the lap anymore. Everyone else is finished. G-Bot's going into the pits and Zach's coming out of the final corner on an invalid lap, and that means we are done qualifying. Which also means that Fimi's got another point for his pole position, bringing him a little bit closer to the championship lead. Theoretically, he will not be able to get it today. The gap is 29 points. And there's only a maximum of 27 points available. That's 25 points for the race win, 1 point for fastest lap, and 1 point for pole position. So he can get within 2 points of Lars if everything goes into his favor. But it's also dependent on Lars and Fast, their performances. All I can say is that the championship is very close, and that we've got an interesting race ahead of us, hopefully. Or at least a race with a lot of potential. If we're gonna see all that potential is not certain, but the potential is there. So, Fight Me on pole, followed by the two Williams of Misha and Mels. Followed by the championship leader Fast in 4th, Lars in 5th, Sander in 6th, Euphoria 7th, Spidey 8th, Nuck 9th, and rounding up to top 10 is Milo. Seems to be a low-hanging sun for the race today. Gonna be maybe a little bit annoying for the drivers, but it's gonna create some nice scenes for sure. As in, it's gonna look good on the camera. Everyone's getting ready for the formation lap. Everyone's chosen their tires. Everyone's chosen their setup. At least I hope so. And here we go for the formation lap. We have a Williams standing still on the formation lap there. Fight me. Jolted away. Let's take a look at the tires. Let me set everything up. Everyone's on the mediums. Literally every single driver is on the mediums today. That is very unique. Now the question is, if it's gonna be a one stop, will it be a medium soft or a medium hard? I would assume a medium hard. And everyone just wants to get off the line well. Maybe doesn't want to start with the hard. Maybe a medium soft soft, medium soft. We'll see what the strategies are. If there's gonna be maybe an early safety car, which is very likely with 16 drivers on the grid. We've got another McLaren reserve driver today. 16 drivers. Knockstart in 9th, won't be happy with this. Before the race he said he wanted to be at least P7. A little bit of chaos here as everyone is getting ready to get into their grid slot. Williams here trying to get a good position. There we go, the sun is low here in Hungary. And the lights are out very quickly. Let's see who's gaining the most positions here. It's the two Williams very close there. And we have a ghosting Williams inside. It's fast into P3. But still with the ghosting Williams in front there. Still going side by side. Not sure what's going on there. All I know is that Euphoria lost some positions. And the rest of the field has gotten away quite cleanly. And well, there's a Sauber going wide, losing positions in the back. And Fast had to concede that position. And drops back into P4. We've got Sander gaining one position. And the McLaren of Joop, I believe it is spun. There has been a bit of an incident there. Zach has dropped back to 16th place. As we see Galaxy trying to make a move on Euphoria. Euphoria's dropped back 6 positions. Knox now into the pits. Does he have damage? Galaxy retired. Not sure what happened there. There has been a lot going on and there is a safety car. So a safety car with the top 4 unchanged. Spidey and Sander here gaining positions at the cost of Lars, Euphoria dropping back 5 places, Nuck dropping back 5 places, Zach also dropping back a lot of places, so not good for the Red Bulls here. Is it just a virtual? Because Lars is not catching up. So I'm wondering what's happening there. I believe we're back up to... No, we're not back up to racing speed. I can't see if it's a safety car or a virtual. That's quite annoying. Maybe it's in the stream, maybe I missed it. No, it doesn't show. I think it's back on. I think it was just a virtual, because here we've got a move from Misha on Fight Me for the lead. And Fight Me is trying to switch back. They're still side by side. Ooh, it's very light out there. Fight Me is now being forced on the inside. And Misha has now made it into P1. Fight Me has been forced back. Let's go back to the front. They're still very close together. Already making a bit of a gap to Fast behind, who's dropped out of the DRS already. And we're only in lap 3, and there was a virtual safety car then apparently. It's just very annoying that the game does not show if it's a virtual or a normal safety car, just showing that there's a yellow flag. It's a bit of a dumb game design in my opinion. But here we have the Aston Martin of Gbot having a lot of overspeed on Lowndes, going on the inside here. And going on the grass, that's not giving you a lot of traction, and thus Lowndes has gotten back in front of Gbot. And the other things going on here, the top 3 is very close together. Followed behind is this bunch here with Fast, Sander and Spidey. 2 sandwiches in the top 7. The Alpine sandwich and the Williams sandwich. With a nice little patty of McLaren. The Williams buns. With a Kick Sauber in the middle. We have a little bit of a battle here then maybe. Second Joop. That's what I want to see, but I see there's something on the main straight here. Sander defending hard, going to the inside, but eventually opting for the outside, letting Spidey through. Spidey is past, there's almost contact there on the back. Oh no, that's a spinner. That's a spinner from Mels. Dropping from 3rd into 7th. Losing a lot of positions and losing a chance at maybe a podium. Maybe you can make it better. Is there a safety car again? Is that a virtual again? Oh, I see the safety car parked in turn 2. So that's a safety car. And including the virtual safety car, that's the second caution we've had this race. I'm not sure why. Haven't seen any incident. I Also haven't seen anyone spin. And who are coming into the pits here? Williams and the Sauber. Oh, and there's a contact there into the pits. Because the Williams of Misha went so slow. And then defended very harshly. Might need to look at that incident. Maybe not. And Faimi is going to do a front wing change. Apparently something happened there. Lars has opted to stay out and is now in the lead. But everyone else seemed to have pit. Even Nuck? No, Nuck stays out on the hards. Ooh, Zach is very, very far behind. We're going to have to wait quite long for him to catch up. Very curious what Lars is gonna do here on his strategy. Staying out for so long. At least longer than everyone else. If everyone else is doing something else than you might be doing something wrong. Or you might be doing something right. And no matter what, the result is gonna be an extreme. Because either you're the only one doing something right, giving you a huge advantage, or you're the only one doing something wrong, giving you a huge disadvantage. Let's take a look at the penalties, the stops here. Zach's already done 2 stops. Everyone's pitted, as we just saw, only Lars hasn't pitted. Giving us a nice little break from all the commotion going on. 2 Mercedes at the front there. Of course led by the safety car. Faimi having lost 2 positions. Or actually just 1 position with that front wing change. Just lost the position too fast. Zach's almost caught up. Are we gonna be racing this lap, or are we gonna need to do another lap? I think we're gonna do another lap, are we? Or it's gonna come in very, very late. A safety car's coming in. Safety car's coming in very late, and there we see Lars pushing Misha all the way on the grass. And he's going. He's got a very, very bad restart. Misha's following very close and has a very, very good run. He's gonna go for the outside there. And even Fast can tag along. We've got them side by side through turn 1, but Lars still has the lead ever so slightly. But the outside becomes the inside here. There is a tire difference, but it's ever so close. They're still side by side, and there's contact. There is contact. That would mean that Misha either turned in too early or it was just a race incident, but that doesn't matter because Lars has lost a lot of positions. And he still has to pit. That's unfortunate for him. And everyone's so close together, I don't know where to look. But we've got a little battle here for the lead. They're only 2/10 away from each other. As Joop gets the first penalty. Or no, Zach already had a penalty. Never mind. Can fight me. Stay close enough to try a move on the main straight for the lead. Earlier this race, Misha got the overtake on Fight Me. Now Fight Me wants to do something back, but does he have the speed to do so? He's getting in the slipstream. Misha defends and Fight Me throws it on the inside. And he makes the move stick. He makes the move stick. There's nothing Misha can do about it. No switchback that he can do. There's a little bit of a kerfuffle going on here. Battle between Zach and Laurens. And Zach stays ahead, goes ahead. I'm not so sure. There's Mels right on the back of Euphoria. Mels was in the top 3 at the early stage of this race. And now very desperately tries to make a move there. That was never gonna work. Way too aggressive behavior there from Mels. And he needs to take a chill pill. He needs some milk or whatever meme you want to insert into there. He's trying a move again. What's he doing? Oh my goodness. Completely pushing Euphoria off the track there. That's gonna be a penalty for sure. That sort of racing we do not condone in this league. Fight Me has taken the lead last lap and he's kept it this lap. But Misha's getting very close there. All the way into the gearbox. But he's not getting past. Has Euphoria made the move though? Ooh, they're still fighting here. And Mels is turning in completely on Euphoria there. That's not the sort of racing you'd want to see. You want to see clean battles. And not whatever Mels is doing here. Let's see. Mels and Sander. Is he gonna want to do it before the main straight? Is that Sander going into the... No, he's not. For a moment it looked like he was going into the pits there. Mels is getting the DRS. Sander's not really defending the inside, but also not defending the outside. Mels has DRS and goes by quite easily. That was a move that took no effort, to be honest. Was set up nicely. And I missed an overtake for the lead. Misha's got the lead back from Fight Me. And the gap is now half a second, 6/10. Let me see, what do we have here? The two Alpines are in a good spot, especially compared to the Mercedes. If it finishes like this, they might be back in the lead of the championship for the constructors. This would be a good result for them, but they got Mels behind them. And as we've seen earlier this race, like a few minutes ago, oh, is that a spinner? Is that a spinner? Is that knock? And Pint Size is also spun. I don't know if there was contact there, but or if that was just Pint Size. As I was saying, is that Mels might take some more collateral damage on his way back to the front. And here we have Sander and Euphoria battling for P6. Sander diving down the inside. Now becomes the outside. Euphoria has the inside here. Little bit of contact. But Euphoria keeps the position. Yes. He keeps the position very, very narrowly. And Sander's got to wait another lap. And he goes wide. That's going to be a warning for exceeding track limits. He very much wants to go past. Is he going to make a move on the inside here? Oh, there's a little bit of pushing there. So close to each other. Let's go back to the battle between Sander and Euphoria. I was just looking behind if there was anything interesting going on. There's a train of 5 drivers behind these guys. But for now I think this battle is the most interesting. No, he's not going to make it here. Let's take a look over here. These 5 drivers here, is there anything going to change? Lars is trying to make a move on the inside of Nuck here. And they are still going side by side after turn 1. But Nuck seems to be coming out ahead. He's going very, very deep into the corner. A little bit of contact and there is a safety car. Why is there a safety car? What has happened? So it was something between Spidey and Mels. Mels doesn't have a front wing. Spidey doesn't have a front wing. What happened? Mels might be going. Yeah, Mels and Spider are going into the pits. It's Fast is staying out, Sunder's staying out. And we're not even halfway yet. Not even halfway. So I'm gonna assume there has been an incident between Spidey and Mel since they both didn't have a front wing anymore. Now they have again because of their pit stops. There's a safety car now. Fast is in the lead. Let's take a look at what tires they're on and how old they are. Pine Size has opted for the soft tire. Very bold strategy. He's gonna think that there might be another safety car virtual. If it keeps going like this. Why is there an overtake? Why is Mel's overtaking people under this safety car? What's going on here? Yeah, serves him right. Oh my goodness. Can I not just kick them? That would be preferable. It's all on stream anyway. And we're back on their way. Fast is leading the pack. He's got a decent restart, I would say. I don't think there's a chance for Misha to get a move on him, but Faimi's getting a move on P2 there. Oh, they're sandwiched in between. What the heck is going on here? Massive carnage, massive carnage here. This is unbelievable. Yeah, okay, we might need to do a restart here. This is not normal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna do a restart, everyone. Without Mels. That's for sure. I'm gonna take the safety car lap. on. Okay, let me get everything done quickly instead of letting everyone wait. Of grid custom. Let's do a 35 or 25. 25, because we've been waiting for quite a while. Okay. There's Gbot. Still need to invite Gbot, and then we can start again. Where is he? We good. Wait, Gbot joined. Gbot's gonna be in right behind Euphoria. Okay, I think we're ready. I think I said everything right. Okay. Oh, why is Mel's here? They invited him, didn't they? Well, that's fine. To be honest, it's completely fine. Jeez, what the fuck? Okay, so we're doing a 25% race for now, I guess. Has like a little restart, because there was complete carnage there. Oh my goodness.
Koen, laat CC de pro-gamer meedoen, oké?
Want?
Laat hem meedoen.
Het is nu
Dat is
een nieuw lichaam.
anders. Het is iemand anders. Het is geen Sander. Dat
Oké.
is Kia.
Ja. Ja. Okay, we're back, and we've got 14 drivers ready for you for this restart. I would like to apologize for the issue we've had in the previous race, or the first half of the race, so to speak, but the issue has been dealt with, and I'm hoping to have a nice second half of this race. We're gonna do a standing start. We're gonna have one formation lap, which in Formula 1 would be behind the safety car, but there's no safety car because this is how it works. It's a 25% race. Standing start. We're gonna go off of... Fuck, I didn't do the standings. Ah, fuck. I'm an idiot. Okay, this time we're actually back. With the restart. Holy moly. %50 on dirty drivers, 50% on me. For making a mistake hosting the lobby. But we're ready now. At least I am ready. And my drink's almost empty. Man. We're gonna do a little formation lap. Let's hope there's no glitches with it. This time around fast is starting from the front on the restart. And Fight Me's been dropped to the back because he wanted to. Oh, this is so nice. No incidents on the formation lap. Only 12 drivers. Milo, unfortunately, stepped out of the car. He's too tired to continue racing. Which means we only have 12 drivers instead of 13 continuing this race. And in all honesty, I don't blame Milo. It's quite late here. We've been going at it for quite a while. And yeah, none of that is his fault. They're going into the final sector now, as we're getting ready to continue racing. Let me get my stuff ready. Let's put this on interval. Let's put this on positions gained because we're doing a restart. And it's a 25% race, so it's a lot to drive for these drivers, especially fast. He's second in the drivers championship, and he's got a bit of a lead over Lars right now. Let's take a look at the tires for a sec. Everyone's on mediums. Okay, got it. Just like the start of this race. Here we go. We're getting ready. The lights are going on. And they're out very quickly again, just like the start of the race. And give me a better angle. Fast got a decent start, and Euphoria is already alongside. And oh, Sander turned in on Fast very quickly there. And has taken the lead, but that must be a penalty for Lars. There's no doubt about that. Didn't give any space, caused a collision. And now Euphoria and Zach, two Red Bulls who didn't start this race very well, are chasing him down. Spidey, fastest teammate, is right behind. He's gained 2 positions. 5Me from the back, all the way up into P7. I think Fast the big loser of this restart because of that incident with Sander. Still quite bunched up. Pine Size and CC are dropping a bit back. I'm not allowing Mels to get back in. Let's see, Euphoria's trying to get closer to Sunder here. Sunder has never won a race in AV before. And if he can get far enough in front, is that Laurens dropping back? Laurens is dropping back there. Something might have happened. I'm gonna... Oh, come on. Oh. There we go. Euphoria is very close to Euphoria. Euphoria is very close to Euphoria. He's very close to Sunday here. As we can see. There's 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. He might be able to make a move here. Round the outside he goes. But he hasn't been able to make the move on Sunder. Sunder keeps lead for now. Hold on, I need to do. Let's see, can Euphoria do it now? He's going around the outside again, and this time Sunder dives in very deep, goes off track, and Euphoria gets the move this time around. He's taken the lead of this race in front of Sunder, and his teammate Zax in third. He's gonna have to defend from Faiby. He's trying to make a move around the outside in turn 4. What a wonderful move from Faiby there. He's made his way from all the way from the back of the field into P3 now, trying to chase down Euphoria as he gets pushed wide by Sunder there. Very, very tight, and Faiby gets pushed off that Spidey into P4 as Faiby drops back all the way to P7. All that progress is gone now. Fast has made his way back up as well. He's sliding a bit though. But he's keeping Faiby behind for now. Ooh, Faiby is sliding there. Can Nuck try to make a move? No, Faiby is making a move on Fast. Into the final corner, trying to go round the outside. But the pack's trying to stay very close together. All behind Sunder here. Come on, change camera. There we go. Finally doing something. There are many drivers going side by side now. I don't know which one to focus on. And there's a bit of contact between Fast and Nuck. And Fast, after losing control of his car, is into the barrier. Someone went through the brake markers. And Faiby and Laurens are now fighting. What is going on here? Spidey and... Wait, Lars has made it into P2 in all that carnage. I missed that. And... he will now be chasing Euphoria for the win of this race. But Euphoria has 5 seconds gone. See what's going on right here. 5Me has made the move on Pint Sizes, is now trying to chase down the rest of the field right in front of him. This pack is really close together. A little bit of a slide on the exit. Everyone's struggling with the grip around this track. Nux made it into P5. I also missed that. There's a lot of things that I missed. I'm not really able to focus fully. Spidey's trying to make a move around the outside, but Sander's pushing him wide. Trying to keep his podium position, but he's very likely to get penalties for the incident into turn 1. Spidey also has penalties, so let's take a look here. That's 3 seconds. He's going wide again. Probably being another warning. Let's take a look at 5Me, who's right behind Zach. Zach was into P3 just a few laps ago. Has dropped back to P6 for now, and is looking to be dropping another place with 5Me right behind. Zach also has DRS though, which might save him. 5Me is trying to do a little bit of a dive bomb, but he's gotten in front very cleanly. That was a nice and clean, straightforward move. He's into P6, trying to gain the ground that he has lost on the previous 2 laps. Or was it last lap? I'm not really sure. Zach now also has a 3-second penalty. We didn't get many penalties in the first half of this race, but now we do. There's Spidey taking the off-road. And Pint Size is left. Has he been kicked? Is it an internet issue? We don't know. We do know is that there's a very fun battle going on here. For P3 in this race, that is a G-bot. Off track there, having spun after turn 11. And there's a lot of drivers going into the pits right now. That is the trio here of, I believe, Lars, Spidey and Nuck. Pitting early on in this race, going for the hard tires. It's hard tires for them. It's Euphoria with an 8-second lead. Who can catch him? Maybe 5Me. I think if there's one person who can catch him, it would be 5Me. 5Me is trying to make a move around the outside here, but very wisely drops back, because that would have been a very bad collision with Sander here. Sander is very aggressive defender. And 5Me is being very reasonable. Very mindful of the driver in front of him. Waiting for the main straight. Zach is following them behind, hoping that there might be a collision between the two, which would give him 2 positions. 5Me is, I was gonna say, not waiting for the main straight, but he's once again dropped back out. He's right behind, pushing him around. Metaphorically, of course, because he's not actually pushing. And Sander and 5Me are in... Actually, I think the rest is going into the pits right now. That's a 10-second penalty for Sander, but he got pushed, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be removed or what. That was a little bit dirty from 5Me there. We know Sander was a bit slower, but that's not an excuse to push another driver in the back. Let's take a look at who have pit yet. Pint Size and Lauwens not having pit yet. Spidey is now right behind his teammate after the pit stops. Oh, and he's on the grass a bit, which might give Nuck the opening here, but this is a very, very tight section of the track where I don't think he can pull an overtake, so that might have saved Spidey there. And that is Sander going wide. Let's take a look at the penalties right here. There's Pint Size in the pits right now. Weird that it doesn't show, the pit indicator doesn't show up like when they're in the pit. That's odd. It's a bit of a game glitch. Lounge also in the pit, and he comes out in front of G-Bot. And right behind Zach. 1.3 behind Zach. We see Zach in front. With newer tires, he might be able to catch up. Going back to the front, Fast has caught up to Lars. Gap's only half a second right now. But the rest of the grid, or at least most of the grid, is now within this little pack here between P2 and P7. Fighting for the points. Huge point difference between being P7 and being P2. So it's still all to fight for. Euphoria's now got a 9-second lead. Might get some good points here. After being disadvantaged in the safety car restart. He got a very good safety car restart in the second restart, but then we decided to restart the race. And he lost all the positions that he had gained. He's gained them all back. Here we see Fast trying to make a move on Lars. Lars defending the inside. He's able to keep the position, but has he gone off track? No, he's still there. Oh, there's contact and they're both out. I would assume Fast is out. Lars is able to keep going. That was a heck of an impact. I'm not sure what caused the incident. They obviously tagged each other, and that's not how you would want to finish a race. Fast DNFing there. I don't know how Lars survived that, but that was a heck of an impact. Let me rewatch this in the replay. Join the track. Fast moved over very aggressively to the inside, trying to block off Lars, but that caused Fast to tag Lars's rear wing. Oh, it was just a virtual racing again. I missed this virtual restart. Flyme is right behind Lars now. Lars has wing damage, obviously, from that incident. He's not pitting. And Flyme takes P2. But Lars is somehow trying to still race. He's not giving up the position. He's moved into P2. He's got 6 laps to regain 12.5 seconds on Euphoria. Need to see if he can regain that time. And now we have Nak, Laurens, Spidey all chasing down Sander for 4th position. We've got an injured Lars. Ooh, what happened here with Sander? Was focusing on other things. Which means that the two Mercedes are now in 3 and 4. And Spidey is right behind them, trying to get that podium. Even though he's got a 3-second penalty, that's not in his favor. Knox lost some time, he's got damage, probably an incident with Sander. What happened here? The two Mercedes, I think they came together. And now we got Spidey being pushed wide by Lars there. There's that Lowens, I'm not sure even. Holy moly. What's the aggressive behavior here? That's unheard of. Unheard of. I need to see who that was. What's going on here? Lars needs to be looked at for this. This is... He should have to pit. There's no way you're driving around with damage and defending like this. Yeah. Lars, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. Get out of the way. Go into the pits. But despite that, Laurens might get a podium here after being held by his teammate. I wouldn't want to get a podium that way, in all honesty. This whole race has been quite a shit show. Yeah, Allowance is being very lucky with a teammate like that, but it's very, very likely that Lars won't be here next time. Next race. I can tell you that. With about 2.5 laps to go, Euphoria is leading by 8 seconds over Fight Me. And Fight Me's got a 17-second gap to Laurens. Spidey might have something to say about that podium. 2 laps to go, he's within a second, he's in the DRS. If he can get close enough, he might be able to make a move. Then again, there's his 6-second penalty. Even though he got pushed wide by Lars once or twice. So he might be able to take a look at that, but he's sliding a lot. And we do know that Nuck has damage. Not as much damage as Lars though. How is Lars defending against G-Bot? Let's see if we can get more cause to give him a race ban here. This is not what I want to do, but it's what I have to do. Good job, G-Bot. I have to commentate people being stupid. I have to commentate people being annoying. Oh, he spun. That's unfortunate. Pint size is AI though, and he might get points. At least he might be able to finish in front of G-Bot there. Interesting. Yeah, whatever happens, it's gonna be a race ban for Lars. Not even gonna have the stewards look at that. That's quite clear from what I've seen. And Spidey has made the move on Laurens. But Spidey has a 6-second penalty. We'll see if we can get rid of some of those warnings. As we are going into the final lap. At least Euphoria is in the final lap. And G-Bot has spun again. Wait, what happened? I missed the finish. Awesome. I completely missed the finish. Euphoria has won the race. Congratulations to him. Absolutely no fault from him. Fully deserved win, despite how the race went for others. Five is on P2 and Laurens is on the podium. With help from his teammate, some dirty driving from Lars. That will surely have consequences. Wait, what's happened? Did the game just crash?